Hey yo, football fans, it's another great year. Fantasy football fiends, grab your beer. Giving you the best draft tips for all your picks. Starts and sits to the waiver wire fix. From my drafts galore to stats that's hardcore. Triple F does it all, have y'all screaming more. So sit back, relax, let the experts prevail. JT Magnum, Ziggy Guns never fail.
What is up, fantasy football fiends? My name is Ziggy Guns, along with
JT Magnum.
And it is week 9, and we are going to be doing our NFL pick'ems of the week. We are starting this one a little bit earlier, so we are going to go ahead and talk about the Thursday night game. Normally we do this on Friday after a Thursday night game, but we're going to sneak it in here because we got some plans this weekend, don't we?
Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm going out of town this weekend, so this video is going to be up actually before the Thursday night game.
All right, well, let's go ahead and jump right into it then. Thursday night, Cincinnati at Miami. Who you got this game?
Woo! I like Cincinnati. I like the way they've been playing. They have been playing great football, and Andy Dalton and A.J. Green and Marvin Jones are on fire. So I'm going to go Cincinnati.
Andy Dalton is playing better than any quarterback right now in fantasy. And the funny thing is, he's available in a lot of leagues still. That was astonishing, as I noticed. I'm surprised not many people have him as a backup. But, yeah, Cincinnati, I think, is going to win. Miami has been struggling since their 3-0 start. I think they started 3-0, right?
Yeah.
Or they started off pretty good. And they're falling apart now. And they're just – it looks like Mike Wallace is lost out there. They just had that receiver get injured. The only guy that seemed like he's been doing anything. Lamar Miller, Daniel Thomas, that whole team's a mess. Cincinnati easily in this game. Tennessee at St. Louis.
St. Louis played Seahawks tough. They played the Seahawks tough, but Tennessee's got a really good defense as well. And I don't see St. Louis beating them with the way their quarterback is playing. I'm gonna say Tennessee in a close one. I think CJ2K goes off too.
I think CJ2K goes off. We talked about this in our earlier show. St. Louis at home does play real well. It's just that we can't trust Clemens right now. We can't trust Zach. Stacy might be hurt, and man, these dogs are barking everywhere. I don't know if you hear this.
I can hear it. It's okay. Go ahead.
But I think in the end, Tennessee is going to pull it off. Tennessee has a strong team with Jake Locker back, in my opinion. So Tennessee in a close one, but we'll see. New Orleans at the New York Jets. Who you got?
New Orleans. I'm not going to say anything else. Jets are just playing, you know, how the Jets are playing. And despite it being outdoors, although I do think Drew Brees will struggle this week, they're still going to win.
Yeah, I think obviously the Jets, you know, they have issues the last time they played the Bengals last week. But, man, I just think that the Jets' defense at home is improving. You know, at least they play better at home. But still, yeah, it's Drew Brees. It's not going to be that close in my opinion. So New Orleans should handle them pretty easily. All right, Minnesota at Dallas.
I'm going to go with Dallas. Dallas has the better offense, and right now Minnesota's in disarray with their quarterback situation. So I'm gonna go Dallas.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question there. And did you know this is our first home team we've picked so far, which is pretty amazing. But yeah, Dallas at home is pretty tough to beat anyways. It takes a lot to beat them at home, and Minnesota has no quarterback right now. Ponder is confidence is gone. Freeman is not going to be ready yet. They have nothing going on for them right now except AP, and even AP is being, not used as much as everybody would like. So it's bad situation there in Minnesota. Kansas City at Buffalo.
I want to pick Buffalo so bad.
This is your favorite team.
I know, my favorite team in the world, just Alex Smith with his dinkin' dunkin' and screen passing self. You know what? I'm going to go Buffalo with the upset at home. I think they're going to get upset this week. I don't care. I'm going to say it. I'm going to do it again. Getting upset this week. I'm going to call it. I've been wrong 18 times this year about this team. But I'm going to do it this week again. I'm going to say it. Upset Buffalo. That's it. That's my pick, and I'm sticking with it.
Buffalo does play tough at home, and certainly Kansas City has been squeaking by. They're not. It's funny because they're a team that right now on paper looks like they should be awesome. They're undefeated, but I just don't trust them either. I know exactly how you feel, but I can't say that Buffalo's going to be the first team to beat them. So I'm going to have to pick Kansas City. Atlanta at Carolina. Carolina's been playing pretty good so far.
Carolina has a really good defense, and they're playing at home.
and Atlanta's been struggling. So you know what, I'm gonna go with Carolina.
It's hard not to go for Carolina at this point. It's almost like Atlanta is fool's gold. You know, you think, man, this could be it, where Atlanta turns it around. But man, I don't know what's going on with them. They're just doing real bad. And Steven Jackson didn't. What did he get? 8 yards?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he struggled last week.
that team's a mess. Carolina. All right, San Diego at Washington.
I'm gonna go with the Chargers. They have the better. They Washington hardly has a defense. Excuse me. And
They
you
have no
saw it
defense.
last week with Denver, like all of a sudden at the end, just completely annihilating them. And their offense is a little. It just seems like it's off and on. So San Diego's more consistent. They have a better pass rush. I'm gonna go with San Diego.
Yeah, I think San Diego's going to take care of Washington. Washington, I mean, they're a team that can score a lot, but they give up a lot. And San Diego's defense is certainly better than some of these teams that Washington has played. And yeah, I don't see Washington being able to match up offensively with San Diego because they've actually been on fire. And with Allen, coming along and Eddie Royal still there and Ryan Matthews running hard and Woodhead, I mean, that San Diego offense is looking pretty good. So I'm going to pick the offense in there, San Diego. Philadelphia at Oakland.
This is a good one because Oakland's been playing really good since Terrell
Especially,
Pryor. Like Terrell Pryor is just he's taking that team to another level. But
yep.
and Philly right now with their quarterback situation, I'm gonna have to go with Oakland.
I got to go with Oakland also. I mean, Nick Foles is coming off of a concussion. He is going to be the starter, obviously, because if it was Barkley, it would be a no-brainer, Oakland all the way. But with Foles, if it's good Foles, then it should be close. If it's the Foles we saw against the Giants, it's not going to be close. And Oakland is very tough at home, so I'm going to go and go with Oakland. Tampa Bay at Seattle. I mean, I would say Seattle all the way, but after last week, man, they looked like they were exploited or something.
Not at home. Seattle's a completely different team at home. The last time
Exactly.
they almost lost to Tennessee at home, but you know that Tampa Bay is not Tennessee, so I'm gonna say obviously Seattle.
Tampa Bay is the NFC's version of Jacksonville. No chance they could beat Seattle. And if so, that would be embarrassing. So I have to go Seattle. Baltimore at Cleveland.
This is a good one too because Jason Campbell's actually playing pretty well. If it was Brandon Whedon, I'd say Baltimore in a heartbeat. But since Jason Campbell can keep you in games with his feet and his arm at least a little bit, and he's a good game manager. So and that's kind of what they need. And he's been going to Josh Gordon. You could see he went right back to Jordan and Cameron. So the two main guys. So I'm gonna have to say Baltimore's been struggling on defense. So I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with Cleveland.
I would go Cleveland here. If there's ever a chance that Cleveland's going to get back into the playoff picture, it could be this right here, big game against Baltimore. But Baltimore's coming off a bye week, and this is where usually the coaches, whenever they have plenty of time to prepare for somebody, they usually come up on top. And I think Baltimore has been looking at this game as very important, obviously, for their schedule because Cincinnati's starting to dominate that division. So I'm going to pick Baltimore just because of that. Cleveland is coming off of a tough loss, was in there hanging on, and now they have to turn around and play Baltimore. I just don't see them beating Baltimore. Pittsburgh at New England.
Wow, this used to be a really good game, like two heavyweights going at it. Now, like, kind of means nothing, except for I guess the New England.
It's like Atlanta. It's like Atlanta this year.
Yeah,
It's fool's gold.
yeah. I'm gonna go with New England because they're at home, and I just think their defense is just a little bit better than Pittsburgh's this year. Believe it or not.
I mentioned this. I think Tom Brady's actually going to be Tom Brady this week. I know I've been ragging on him, but he's been playing horrible. I think this time he's going to take advantage by beating Pittsburgh because there's still the name Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's been a joke too, though. I mean, they're New England should win this easily, in my opinion. Indianapolis at Houston. This is another one of those teams.
Yeah, this is going to be a really good game. Yeah, I like Indianapolis just because Andrew Luck. He's been on point with them, and Case Keenum is starting for Houston. But the thing about this is it's tricky. Is Indianapolis is giving up a lot of yards rushing, where
Yep.
and Houston now has Brian Cushing hurt. He's gone for the year. So there's their run stopper right there too. So both teams might actually have. I actually think Trent Richardson might have a good game this week just because of that factor alone. But I'm gonna go with Houston being at home. Houston is at home, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go with Houston at home and this kid Case Keenum because he played well. He played well in his first game, and they've had 2 weeks to prepare. Aaron Foster should be healthy, so I expect Houston to roll. Be an upset.
It's definitely an upset. I mean, Indianapolis looks so good against Denver. It's hard to see them losing anymore because of it. Certainly, it's a game that's intrigued because everybody's down on Houston. Everybody thinks Houston is garbage at this point, and Casey Keenum played actually pretty good considering this is his first start. Granted, it was against Tampa Bay, right? I think that's who it was.
No, first start was against Seattle.
No,
and
it was Seattle.
And he
Okay.
did well, I think. Right?
He did do
no,
good.
it wasn't Seattle. It wasn't Seattle. It was against oh my God, who was it against? I forgot. It was somebody good. It was somebody good though. And he actually did very well against them. I was shocked. Seattle was the game that shopped through the interception.
Oh yeah, there's always a pick six in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But I can't do it though. I'm gonna have to go Indianapolis. I just think Andrew Luck is on that confidence roll right now, and I think they'll take care of Houston. Chicago at Green Bay Monday night. This is one of those games that used to be real good too. I mean, this is what's funny about the NFL season at this point in Week 9. We know which teams should be good and which teams look like there's going to be problems. And with no quarterback, Chicago looks like they're in a world of trouble.
Oh yeah, they're in big trouble, and they're playing a team that's really good on defense right now, and with a quarterback that's hot. No matter who the receivers are, and a wide receiver that's hot, and a running back that's hot,
and they have a running game. Green Bay with a running game. I mean, that right
that's
there
scary.
should be trouble across the league.
Should be.
Exactly.
It's actually scary for the whole NFC and the NFL when Green Bay. You give Aaron Rodgers a running game, it's too much. And I just think Green Bay is just improving every week, and they look like one of the top teams. So obviously my pick is Green Bay.
I gotta go Green Bay also. I mean, it just even if they didn't have to have the running game and they needed to have Aaron Rodgers, that's what they always have Aaron Rodgers. So
yeah,
Chicago's not going to be able to.
He makes anybody look good. He's such a good quarterback.
The funny thing about Green Bay is that they're kind of under the radar. They're sneaky good. Not many people talk about the top. When you talk about the top teams right now, everybody's mentioning the Broncos, everybody's mentioning the Seahawks, the Niners, and the Patriots. No one's saying anything about Green Bay, and some people even put them below New Orleans. And like I said, with a running game, the defense is improving. Green Bay is one of those teams. I always thought in the beginning of the year too, Green Bay is going to be one of those teams. At the end, it's going to give people a lot of problems, and I would not be surprised.
Yeah, and they're minus starters too. They're missing Clay Matthews. Yep. They're missing starters, and they're still playing good. So that's scary. They're only going to improve as they get more of their starters back. So
exactly.
That's a scary team right there.
I agree. I concur. Well, that is Week 9 picks. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section below. Let us know who you think where we might have messed up, what game is intriguing. There was a comment that somebody made last week, which after looking at it, I was like, man, you know what, you're right. And that was the Oakland-Pittsburgh game.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody put on there in the comments section that, I can't believe you're picking against Oakland. Oakland always plays tough at home. Also, there was like a big stat about Pittsburgh and all that stuff, and he was right all the way.
Yeah.
And I got to give kudos to him. I'm not sure
I think he commented later, and he said, I think he just left me a comment saying, I told you Oakland was going to win or something. I told you about Oakland.
I saw that. And, afterwards, I was kind of like, I wanted it, and it was too late for me to change it, but I read this comment, at game day, and I was like, man, I should have changed it. That would have made me win my picks in this money league. But, there you go. So we do watch or look over the comment section, so go ahead and leave a comment. JT, anything you want to add?
Yeah, just feel free to leave your picks in the comment section. That way, we can put them up against ours and see how we do every week. All right.
Nice blend of home and away games in this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a good NFL. There's a lot of teams on bye. A lot of good teams on bye this week.
Yeah.
I only say that because my team is on bye. All right, guys. For Fantasy Football Fiends, Siggy and JT, we out. Peace.